Welcome, everyone. Happy Tarot Tuesday. It's Mr. Hierophant here. Got my cup of coffee. We've got tarot cards. Got the oracle here. Spirit. Welcome. Grab a seat. Sit by the campfire. Sit by the fireplace. Sit by the laptop or cell phone, wherever you are. And just sit back and relax and enjoy the transmission for the masculine and feminine energies for this week. We got some calming music in the background here. We've got a good set here. I just chose to use one deck. I may go more towards using one deck for just simplicity, and that's what I'm working on as well. So we've had the new moon that just occurred, what's it called, the black moon. That second new moon that happened at the very end of July, as we transition into August. And then, if you look at other readers, astrologers, there's talk of the Lionsgate portal, August 8th, 8-8, which is just another word for another opening, energetic opening, and maybe even alignment, energetic alignment. But we are in Leo season, and I've been feeling a lot of the heat, literally and metaphorically or spiritually speaking, as in fire, energy, transmissions from the solar power. So let's start with the masculine energies here. We've got, let me zoom in just a little bit. We've got Lord Ganesh, and we've got the way through, okay? We've got obstacles. This is, again, I've been seeing this web theme. This is about the masculine energies, that assertive drive, that motivation, that decision making. Maybe at some point feeling like it's been getting stuck. It's been getting jammed in certain dilemmas, decisions that need to be made. One, there's the remembrance that Ganesh is here, the obstacle removers. The obstacle remover, and also Ganesh is also said to be the one to place those obstacles in front of you. Just like we have this dog barking right now, as soon as I started the reading. But that's okay. This is what we're talking about right now. So one, the web is also, for me, it's representative of mine. I've been seeing a lot of spiders, been seeing a lot of spider webs. Web's the designer of its own web. The spider is the designer of its own web. It can also get caught in its own web if it's not careful. So we have to work on cutting through the obstacles. Again, Lord Ganesh is here. Archangel Michael is also the remover of obstacles, using the energy sword to cut through any links, attachments, psychic energies maybe draining you, irritating you. Okay, so whatever you're dealing with, especially as this new moon occurred, this tends to go more into the ego, the shadow side of ourselves. What are we afraid of? A lot of us may be feeling like we're tested. We're getting tested on things. Certain things are happening, and this is not for everyone. This is not for everyone. This is depending on what you're dealing with at the time. Some of these could be minor or major for people. But the effort, the backup, the clarification is that there's a way through. Don't worry. Within you is the key to see, to know how to pass this, how to get through this. Okay. All right. One, whatever you're dealing with, Ganesh is there. Okay. This obstacle will be removed. Just careful not to get stuck in the web. And if the web is there, it's for a purpose. It's for us to persevere and rise above this challenge that we're facing. The challenge could be patience. The challenge could be maybe understanding others with their dilemmas and the challenges that they're facing. Maybe you feel like somebody's attacking you. Again, with the patience, maybe something is not happening fast enough. Or maybe it's you. Maybe you're just being really hard on yourself, which we can all do. So use your intuition here. Whatever you're dealing with, it can be conquered. It will be conquered. And with the way through, this also means that just as you're in space is quiet. This is also about going to the quiet space. Other people can also assist with this key, this way through as well. The right people. But a lot of times we must go to the quiet place first to figure out, why is this happening? What's the dilemma? What's going on here? Is there anything I can do? Should I even do anything? Okay. So let's go with the counterpart, the feminine energies. We've got quite a bit of cards here for the feminine energies. The first two here, we've got Yakshi, Tree Spirit. Again, this is about, for me, call to nature. As the masculine energies may be encountering the challenges of finding a way through, it's the feminine energies that are also, maybe their energies are getting drained as well. Because there's also a blockage maybe as the masculine energies try to find their way. So this is about maybe even the tree spirit coming to allow for your energy to get stronger, to assist the masculine energies in navigating, finding the way to enact the mission in the outer world. Now, I asked for, the tree spirit, why is this happening? Why are we being called to nature? Why are we being called to, a space or energy zone for clarification, for detoxification? There's a cosmic character, there's cosmic elevation happening right now. We're still in summer. We're actually going to be, I know this is the thing, companies, they like to basically wind down summer in August, but we're actually in summer until September, okay? So we got another month and a half to mid-September when the autumn equinox happens. So, with this energy emission, and I really feel like there's a strong emission of energy coming out of the sun, the solar wave of energy. When those solar flares happen, they don't just happen for a reason. They're actually emitting a lot of energy, and it's coming onto Earth as well and other planets. Especially as we go into Leo season, prime of Leo season, as we hit this energetic portal. Whatever that means for everyone. But there's a cosmic evolution happening within each and every one of us, okay? So with this, there needs to be detoxification. There needs to be going into the space. Some of us here are going on a retreat. I myself am working on going on a retreat myself. And, don't get frustrated with yourself. If you can't go on a legitimate retreat, like into the mountains or to the ocean, find a micro retreat for yourself, okay? Wherever that is. It could be in a yoga studio. It could be, doing Pilates or at the gym. Or just saying, I'm going to take a walk for myself. Wherever it is you can be at peace and get some clarity. That's where you need to go, okay? Again, I want a little bit more clarification. What's the reason why there's been challenges here in the feminine? What's this cosmic evolution happening? Why? Again, I feel like it's that solar energy happening. We're going into Leo season. You can see some of the lion's heads at the bottom of this throne here. Some people are in the hot seat. Some people are feeling the heat, feeling the flames. Some people are being tested. Some people are having to make tough decisions. Some people are being ignited, For some, now's the time to go. Now's the time for change. Things, the revolving doors happening, maybe. You got to deal with it. We can't ignore this. Yogi Hantas took a picture of the tree background. Great. Even just looking at nature. Sometimes, nature photography is great. You get a good resolution. You can enlarge it. It has a very therapeutic effect. I really feel like the energy, even from the image, is transmitting onto us if we can open to receive it. Now, again, so with this solar energy, the hot seat, again, what's going on here? For me, this was a heart drop. This is about opening the heart. It's about healing. I myself have been doing a lot of healing, even with talking with friends about family, about, even trauma, incidences, disappointments. It's about that heart drop. It's about opening. It's about shedding. It's about elevation, actually, as well. For some reason, I also get perspiring or cooling off, that water there, too. The other element of fire. Okay? Maybe this is also the answer for us to go deeper into our emotions. our psyche with this fire here. If we're actually paying attention, if we're not actually just running away and ignoring the situation that's happening, maybe some of the chaos, maybe some of the testing and the frustrations, okay? So that's a lot of cards for the feminine energies. So let's go to the union cards. We got a lot for the union cards here. I'm going to pull up one very last card at the very end. That was like the first card that just popped out. But anyways, let's just go to this. Union cards. So what can we do to work more in harmony with ourselves? What is the advice? What did I ask? I asked Spirit, yeah. What can we do to work more in union? Is there any advice or kind words? And the first card I got was the Asylum. Again, we got the tree, we got the horse. The horse is very analogous and very symbolic in old ancient traditions, even in runic lore, of the horse. Tame, even in Indian history, mythology, and tradition, the horse, taming the horse, taming the two horses, bringing it into union. And this is about asylum. You are safe. Don't try too hard. Whatever's happening, we're working with you as well. Okay? You are safe. Somebody always says, you are safe, angels stand close. Okay? And then assistance to that is like we've got the elixir fruit essence, maybe detoxification. That's going to allow us for harmony. Nature's fruits, nature's food allow us to be back in harmony. So we're eating a lot of chemically induced food. And honestly, just because it says organic doesn't mean it's good for you. I was telling a friend how I had an organic drink from a product called Organics. And it was supposed to be a watermelon juice. And I got a little headache afterwards. I felt like nauseous without wanting to throw up. It didn't feel good. And I looked at the bottle and it was all organic sugar that they added in there. And actually, I looked at the side of the bottle and it only said 1% juice inside. And only a minute amount of it was actually watermelon. So it was tricky. So, if you're growing produce in the backyard, if you have your favorite market, go get that produce. Just go to the raw produce. Make your own juices. It's also, I feel like the elixir fruit and essence is also detoxifying yourself emotionally. We're going to our meditation, contemplation. We're doing our physical yoga activities, hiking, talking with friends. That's allowing for us to get to the essence of things. That can be our elixir fruit for a lot of us. A retreat, a daily retreat, a monthly retreat, a yearly retreat. That is our elixir fruit. That allows us to go back to asylum, to our safe place. Okay? About our goals for the last quarter of the year. I asked Spirit, the Dakinis, about that. What is the advice for our goals that we've been working on for the last quarter of the year? The first card I got was Castles in the Clouds. This is about something that you're building. Just as monumental and epic and majestic as Castles in the Clouds. But I felt like right now there's not too much for you to know or need to know right now. Maybe we're still in the clouds, and that's for a specific reason. Sometimes I had to learn, just because I meditate on it or I ask Spirit doesn't mean I'm going to get the answer. And it's for a good reason. All right? So whatever you're working on for the last quarter of the year, those projects, this is about, look, we know you're working on Castles in the Clouds, basically. Your majestic project. The grand endeavor. But you don't need to know how everything is going to go. And to back that up, the next card I got was the threefold riddle. This is about being in the present. And again, this past is always shoulda, because the past is barely there. So this is not about worrying about the past. It's about worrying about the present. And then your future will be handled by that. It's not saying worry about the future too much. It's about worrying about the present, and then the future will be handled here, okay? Also stay active. Keep doing what you need to do. I got a card saying do what you can, and then let everything else take care of the rest. You can't force people to do things you don't want to. Whatever's going to happen. As long as you're doing your best, as long as you putting forth the effort, maybe even sometimes going above and beyond if needed, and then let everything else come. That's where the trust comes in for Spirit. Me, I have to take my own advice as well. Sometimes I get anxious. We get anxious. We want to know what's happening. You know, what's happening? Why are they taking so long to get back to us? You know. But this is happening for a purpose. We got to learn to cut those cords, release, cut those cords of expectancy. We're not being in the present. This is all daily practice for us to work on being in the present. Being tested with anxiety, being tested with our patience, somebody not getting back to us when we want or when we need them to. You know, cut those cords and float in the sea of divine love, as they say. Sometimes it sounds more beautiful and is easier said than done, but this is all about the practice. This is why these things are happening. If we're really paying attention to it. I mean, if we really feel like I do, that this is also a big university that we're at. You know, a lot of masters talk about the human form being the highest form, the biggest reward in the cosmos, in the universe. I don't think this is the only Earth realm in the universe. I think there's other Earth worlds similar to ours in the universe, and they have their own human forms as well. It's the highest form we can achieve because we can achieve our enlightenment. We can achieve supreme consciousness or the presence of awareness. Forgot where I was going with that. But, you know, so daily we're tested. You know, when we go on our soul journeys in our sleep state, we come back with new information, new knowledge. A lot of us can't remember what we learned in that astral university, but we come back, and all of a sudden, when we start that day, we're being tested. You know, the planets are testing us. Those planets, I feel like the planets are alive, but anyways, every day we're constantly tested by the planets. Whatever vibration, whatever alignment we're in, we're constantly tested by the other people we're encountering. And then ourselves. Sometimes we're feeling different energies. Sometimes we may be more aggravated, anxious. Sometimes we don't care. Sometimes we just wake up mad or just tired. Or, I don't want to do this. Struggling with motivation. Daily exams. But as we go along and we mature and we work on healing, it gets easier and easier. Last card, this is also calling for us to have self-preservation. Last card is don't worry, don't stress. Preserve yourself. Okay? You know, I started getting this Egyptian theme in the past week or two, so a lot of us have had lives in ancient Egypt, or this is very symbolic of the ancient civilizations, Sumeria, Egypt. I started even going back. I was looking at a great art book in Mocha, and it was about a book series called Phaedon. You've seen their books, but it was the last 30,000 years of art, and they had art from supposedly hunter-gatherer civilizations that was really extravagant from about 10,000, some 17,000 years ago, and some of us have been from those civilizations. So a lot of us are carrying a lot of knowledge. We've been through this before. So this is about to not stress, relax, self-preservation. Don't get wrapped up in that cloud of storms back there. Protect yourself. You know, bring your energies back to you. Sometimes when you stress, we're sending our energies to other people. Not like it's going to affect them, hopefully, if we don't stress about it too much. But, you know, we're exerting our energy, which means we're draining our energy. We may feel exhausted after that. As you become more sensitive, a lot of us, if we feel like we're stressing, we get really tired because we can actually, you're becoming more subtle to those energies. So this is a reminder to bring those energies back. Again, this ghost of the future here can haunt us. This drains our energy, as well as the past. So let's just focus on the present here. All right? And the last card, the very last card, this was the first card that popped up, was we've got the ancient Isis, the high priest. Again, there's that Egyptian relation. Isis, the high priestess. You know, you should probably even prior to the Egyptian civilization. But this is about trusting your intuition. This is also about the Shakti power, the Divine Mother, that primordial energy that is in everyone. It's that root primordial energy that emanates through everyone, okay? Sorry about that, guys. Oops. Sorry. That root primal energy, she's all around. She's there in your meditation. She's there in your when you're walking, you're sleeping, all right? So don't worry. This is also a sign of magic, and magic happening right now, manifestation. Maybe a lot of you be getting a lot of manifestation codes sent to you, symbols. You guys are in manifestation mode, okay? So the Leo season, for the Leos out there, ascending, sun signs, if not, you can still utilize this energy. Heavy, powerful energy happening here. Don't be intimidated by it, okay? Ride that wave of solar energy, okay? All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Those of you here now, those of you who will be tuning in the future, this is the masculine and feminine transmission for the first week of August. See you all next Tuesday, all right? Don't get beat by the heat. Enjoy the Leo season, the summer. We're still in summer, the prime of summer. Keep manifesting. There's asylum here, okay? You're safe. Angels stand close. Your ancestors stand close. Go to your retreat. Enjoy the retreats. All right, everyone. See you next week. Namaste. Amen.